All right, guys, welcome back. My name is Captain Dustin. I own and operate FishNCrazy charters. We're kind of your one-stop shop for all your fishing needs. We offer trips for everything. We got inshore boats for backcountry and offshore boats for up to 100 miles. Uh, Today we're going to talk about sheepshead fishing. The weather temperature starting to drop. So isn't the water temp here in Florida. So that usually means our sheepshead bite's going to start to fire off pretty good. So we're going to talk about the inshore sheepshead bite and how to rig for that, and then I'll also go into how I rig for the offshore sheepshead bite when they start to spawn here come end of January, beginning of February into March when they're spawning offshore. So all right, that we're going to jump right into it. Alrighty, guys. So inshore sheepshead fishing is pretty simple. This is a size 1 J hook. Number 1, not a 1-aught, nothing like that. Is a size 1 J hook. So always remember that. Super sharp, and J hooks are the best for sheepshead fishing. And then this is 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. It doesn't have to be Siegler. I just use whatever I have relatively available cheap. And I will drop this down to 15 depending on our water clarity and how spooky these fish are. So, and then these are number 4, size 4 split shot, which you don't have to use a size 4. You can use any size depending on your current of where you're fishing. I use number 4s because this is the normal current that we fish is about. Number 4 is about perfect for it. Super simple to put on. Pair of needle nose pliers. You can use your teeth too. I don't like doing that. And you open them up and you pinch them on your leader. So this is all you need for sheepshead fishing here in the Gulf Coast. This works everywhere. Don't have to be specifically where. It works anywhere there's sheepshead, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull me out about 3 or 4 feet of fluorocarbon leader. Probably 3 feet of fluorocarbon. And then I tie one end onto my rod. My other end I'm going to tie right to my J hook with a uni knot. And I'm going to use just a standard uni. So we're going to just give yourself a tag end, make a loop, take your leader and lay it on the top of that loop, like so, right there. And then we're going to twist the tag end through there about 5 times. If you go 6, that's fine too. We're going to go about 5. Well, there's about 5. So when you get done twisting it, it should look about like this. And I'm holding on to the tag end. Then we're going to pull, even pressure both ways till we get to about that. Now let go of your tag end, pull your main line, hold your hook. That knot's going to slide down and cinch right down just like so. And then I like to give it a little extra, little tuggy tug, make sure it's good. And then, of course, trim your tag end. Right here's my tag end. We're gonna, whoops, hang on here. Trying to get the phone angled right here. I'm gonna just trim my tag end. Pretty low, pretty simple, very easy. Right there, trimmed the tag end. Now I like to go about 6 to 8 inches with my sinker. All right, there's my hook. There's my sinker right there, and I'm gonna pinch it. I pinched it just with my fingers, guys, just to show you. But right here, about 6 to 8 inches, so that this split shot's gonna be in the bottom, and then usually whatever you're using for bait's gonna float up a little bit. And then of course take your needle nose pliers or your pair of pliers and pinch this down tighter so it doesn't slide on you. And those split shots you can get basically anywhere. Those are just the ones that I had laying around. But right there, that's how I rig for sheepshead, guys. And the top 2 baits that I use this time of year, well, there's a couple different baits, I guess, but the ones I mainly use for charters is shrimp and fiddler crabs. So fiddler crabs are a fantastic bait. A lot of guys, too, you'll see they'll go to the mangroves and grab the little crabs, little black crabs that are on the trees. They're called mangrove crabs. People use those, too, all the time. I personally don't because it's just easier for me to go to the bait shop and say, hey, I need 10 dozen fiddler crabs. And just buy a whole mess of fiddler crabs. But right here, guys, that's a size 1 hook, J hook, 20-pound fluorocarbon with a number 4 split shot. It's one of the best rigs I have found for these guys. A lot of guys use jig heads. There is people out there that sell a sheep's head jig, I guess. I like these lighter, I like the lighter wired hooks that are super sharp. And you're basically going to feel a little light tap, 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 a little second little thump. So give a quick snap of the wrist, and then that's how you get your sheeps. And a lot of times you're going to hook them right in the skin of their lip, right in here. So that's why I like these little bit smaller hooks. They seem to my catch ratio always seems to go up when I'm using a little bit smaller hook. And that right there is how we rig for Sheepshead inshore. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I do for offshore. It's not much different, except for I don't use a split shot. I get rid of the split shot, and I upgrade my hook, because those ones offshore are big. They get really large. We've caught them up to 28 inches and bigger. So I got a bag of them right here. So this is, let me see if I can hold this so you guys can actually see the lettering here. This is a half-ounce egg sinker. Super simple way to do this. I'll upgrade to a 1/0. This is a 1/0 hook, J hook still, 1/0, or I'll go to a 2/0. Just depends. I fluctuate in between both quite a bit, but I like the 1 and the 2/0. A little bit heavier. Like I said, those sheepshead get big out there. So instead of using a split shot and holding it down, we're just going to simply thread. Oh, let me pull this down so you guys can see what I'm doing here. We're just going to thread our, still using 20-pound leader. I don't drop past 20 pound. I always keep it 20 pound. We're going to put our split shot on. We're just going to make a light knocker rig. We're going to do our hook again. Like so. Tie it with my uni knot again, which you don't have to use the uni knot, guys. This is just a knot that I can tie without even watching. An old timer once told me, he says, you need to learn how to do 3 knots blindfolded, and those are the 3 knots you can do the rest of your life and be successful. And I can do this knot blindfolded. So get her all tied up, got her, pull her down, right? Got her cinched, trim my tag end here. There we go. And then now all we have is a little light knocker rig right there, guys. That's it. Right there. Super little light knocker rig. And this is what I use for them sheepshead offshore when they're spawning on the rock piles and wrecks and stuff. Come around end of January, beginning of February into March. This is my favorite rig I use for them. Guys will use jig heads too for them out there. But this works really good because it's a little bit heavier, and you can feel the bottom a little bit better. And that light tap, same system, that light tap, set the hook and go. Fiddler crabs do work. Usually though, I'm just using live shrimp when they're spawning out there, due to the fact of the matter is that a lot of times when we're catching the sheepshead, we're catching mangrove snapper, hogfish, grunts, stuff like that, along with all the sheepshead too. So it's a good way to get a meat trip. We are getting to that fantastic time of year that there's just nothing but a lot of fish that you can, I call them meat fish, where you get to stock your freezer back up from, if it's been empty from the spring and the fall, when, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff in season to keep. But now we're starting to get into that season. But right there, guys, is exactly what exact rig I use when I'm sheepshead fishing offshore farm spawning. The rig before this was my exact same rig that I'll have tied on all my rods when I'm sheepshead fishing here coming up next week, probably when I'm out heavy a lot. And if you guys like this video, feel free, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell to get more videos. I'm going to try to put one of these out again every week. Sometimes I do get busy with running the business and stuff like that, so I do apologize not getting them out in time. If you guys have any videos of any type of fish you guys want and see how I rig for, please feel free to drop it in the comments below. I have no issues giving you guys all that info in detail. And again, if you guys want to book a charter, I'll leave all my info down below. It's Captain Dustin, FishNCrazy Charters out. See you.